Hello, everyone. I hope you're all really, really good wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing today. I haven't been on here in quite some time putting up a little video, so it is time today. So if you're getting to watch this, I hope you are well. And today it is the 31st of August, and my children are back to school. So in Ireland, most of our kids are all back to school either today or tomorrow. And this is a nice time for us mums to start really thinking about taking care of ourselves. After I dropped my kids to school, I came back and made myself a cup of coffee and I said, you know what? Well done me for getting through a summer, 3 months in secondary school. Children are off here in Ireland, so it is quite a long time, and getting them back into their uniforms and their books and their shoes and getting everything ready for them. So it is a sense of beginning into the autumn now as well and starting to really allow ourselves time to reflect, time to reap the harvest. So August as well is a time for when we are bearing the fruits. So all the fruits, all the vegetation, and that is at its ripest. So we can receive from all of the work from the summertime and spring, and allow ourselves to enjoy that. So the energy I'm feeling around in the air today and for us as we begin into September is remembering to center, remembering to listen to the heart, remembering to stop all the running and racing and allow ourselves the gift of time and present for ourselves. I know a lot of courses start in September, a lot of maybe hobbies and crafts and, wonderful time to explore creative aspects of ourselves or creative expressions. So this could be a huge opportunity for you, should you choose using your free will to step into that, to maybe try something new, try something fun just for you. Um, so I'm going to pick some cards today and I'll have a little sip of my coffee and see what is coming through for us all. I'm also as well opening my doors again in Sligo for private, personal, one-to-one soul readings. These are very limited, and if you would like to book a session with me, either through Zoom if you're not in Ireland, or if you'd like to come and see me for a private one-to-one session, then please send me a message. I will pop my email address, my work email address below, and you can contact me through that and I will send you on the details. So I'm excited to meet people again in person. Zoom is wonderful and an incredible way to connect with people around the world. However, I've had a lot of clients that have missed that personal connection, as have I, so I'm excited for that. So let's see what's coming through for the collective today for September. So just inviting you to breathe deeply into the body. As I pull the cards, I may bring through some light language. Light language is my soul resonance. I also channel my guides speak through me in light language. So light language is a frequency energy. It surpasses the logical mind. So you just breathe and allow the higher self, the soul self, will know where to send this frequency. Okay, so there's a lot of clearing happening collectively now in the throat. And the throat is about our expression, speaking our truth, voicing with our authenticity. Also, I'm getting this is deeply connected with the creative aspects. So I'm even being shown again, the throat, the shape of the throat inside is very, very similar to the shape of a woman's cervix. So inside the vagina, the shape here and the throat, this is a deep connection because our womb space is a powerful portal for creation. So we create life, we bring life from the spiritual realm through our bodies into the physical realm. So that's how powerful our wombs are. We are birthing the spirit world into the physical. We also have the capacity and the ability to birth new ideas, creations, creativity. When this is not harnessed or explored or encouraged, which it hasn't been in a lot of our society now, we've been told the opposite to repress it. This causes a restriction, especially around the throat. So we're not expressing our true self. You know, I have a little piece of art here yesterday with my children. We done I have three beautiful canvases that are lying there in the house ages, and yesterday I finally decided to get paint onto it and have a sense of expression. And we went out the back, it was a beautiful sunny day. We had loads of different colors of paint. We had different textiles. So we used whatever was in front of us as a way to fun and express whatever was coming through us at the time. You know, I love that kind of aspect of me. I love allowing myself just to literally splurge whatever's coming out of me onto canvas, and that's release. My middle boy, Evan, is more of the practical, logical, scientific way of thinking, yet he's incredible at writing and he's incredible at art. However, his art is more structured. He likes to take his time and really draw out and sketch. So this was quite difficult for him because it was his huge canvas, and here was mom throwing paint around like there was no tomorrow, and Lily then getting all the hands dirty. So I told him just let go, come out of the head, just let go and allow whatever comes out. And he had an exquisite piece of art, very, very abstract, but looks like you could hang it in any art gallery and it would do really, really well. So that kind of let me know as well that that expression, sometimes we get caught so much into the mental body, so much into the logical, that we have to literally peel back those layers and move into a deeper resonance in the body where our soul resides, where the birthplace of our creativity is. That is like a breeze through it. It's like a wind flowing through us. I'm also getting like in nature, I'm seeing a beautiful oak tree. And this huge oak tree, you know, it's rooted deep into Gaia, into Mother Earth. It holds really strong. It's got beautiful foliage and leaves for the shade. It produces gorgeous acorns. And yet, this huge, strong tree will move and sway in the breeze. It will move and sway its branches. It will turn towards the sun. It will move in a resonance with the natural flow of nature. This creativity that comes up through us is us remembering the natural flow, the natural rhythm of life within us. The mental body has taken over so much aspects of our life, and in doing so, that conditioned thinking, this logic, this structure in our thinking and our actions and in our routines, what that has done, getting literally like a hand around the throat, is stifling and smothering our natural creativity. Also coming up is there is a saying that all our poets and our artists and our writers, and I know there's many incredible creative people around the globe. Ireland is specifically known for being the birthplace of incredible writers, incredible poets. The land here, we draw from the land, we draw from our culture. That for the past, you know, several decades, you know, people even have said that a lot of our artists, a lot of our poets, a lot of our singers are not tapping into their resources within, because we're living in a world that is structured and not designed to support those creations. It is starting to change slowly, but that's what I'm getting. It's like when we are not allowing our natural, unique, authentic souls print of expression to come out through us, we're like stifling it, smothering it down. It's literally decaying parts of ourselves. So this is coming up right now as a time, should you choose to step into more of an expression, fun, play, laughter, doing something just for the fun of it, getting your hands dirty just for the fun of it, dancing, singing, whatever it is your thing, allowing yourself the freedom to express that. Okay, so there's a few cards have come up. I picked them from this pack. It's Radley Valentine. These are possibly not the last pack of cards I've bought, but I know if anybody enjoys cards, there is some that you will be drawn to that are your favorites and others that'll take a lot longer, maybe you might resonate with it all. I was drawn to pick these cards today from a pack that I rarely use, but as soon as I put them out, it's making a lot of sense to me already what's coming through. So how I work is I tap into the energy. So energy within myself, energy around me collectively is what you might find is that what you are experiencing within your life right now, other people will be experiencing the same shift from their own perspective. We've got our own stories, our own labels, our own belief systems, and our own attachments to our lives. However, for example, there could be a collective clearing around the throat and around creativity right now, and that everybody can experience at their own level around this as well. So this is kind of reiterating what I've said at the start when I'm feeling into the energies. The older lady, she's looks like she's in despair. She's been working too hard. She's got a lot of what are they in the basket? I can't even see. They look like tools she's got. And oh, I can see my throat's going as I'm saying this, is the clearing around the throat. In the basket as well, I've never seen this in this card before. So there is the caduceus symbol. So this is the caduceus here. Pardon me, I've got paint still on my nails. This is the caduceus symbol, and that is the representation of Archangel Raphael. And Archangel Raphael is a powerful angel that we can call upon to support us as we are healing through the physical body and the mental body. Archangel Raphael is also the twin flame of the Divine Mother Mary energy. So this also lets me know there's a divine masculine clearing happening within the bodies right now. Remember, we carry both energies. Regardless if we're male or female, we have the aspects of the feminine and the masculine energies running through us. I'm also seeing the caduceus is like two snakes. This is also representation of the Kundalini energy. It begins at the base of our spine and it runs up like two serpent energies through the spinal column and out up through the top of the head when we reach our full enlightenment. This is a lot of clearing happening around the masculine energy. So masculine energies are where we become assertive. We step into our power. We are confident. We are supportive. We are loving. We are caring. These are the higher aspects of the masculine energy. However, when this masculine energy is clearing, it's like stirring a pot that has been sitting for quite some time, and all the gunk and all the silt can get to the bottom of it. It's stirring all of that up. So that denser, lower vibrational energy and those emotions attached to it. So anger, rage, a lot of egotistical behaviors attached to a heavy mental thought process, control, manipulation, jealousy. Jealousy is kind of more of a lower aspect of the feminine. What's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive behaviors. Those aspects kind of come from the lower root chakra as well. They might be coming up right now to be expressed through you. You may feel this within yourself. You may feel angry. You may feel flying off the handle. You may feel more aggressive and getting like the stereotypical gorilla beating his chest. Or what more likely may happen is the males So men outside of you may step into your field and be triggering you from that type of behavior. So people in your field, work colleagues, lovers, partners, brothers, fathers, may be triggering you. The males may be triggering you a lot right now because this aspect of them is coming up to be healed within them. This aspect is coming up within you to be healed. So we are mirrors for each other. So they're going to be triggering that is which unhealed within you. You are going to be triggering that which is unhealed within them. So it's very easy to jump and react and point the finger to the other person. But remember, we are reacting to unhealed traumas within us. So, what is best for us sometimes is to take a step back, space around ourselves, center and breathe, and move into that part of us that is hurting, closing our eyes and saying, I love you and I feel you. This is a process, but this is very, very effective. And when we become more trained to behaving this way and connecting with this energy within us rather than projecting outside of us, we're calling all that energy back to ourselves. We're looking within at the traumas and the hurts that are within us, and we're dissolving them. Because when all of this is dissolved, all of this lower energy is dissolved within us, then these triggers outside of us, regardless of what they're going through, we are not having the same reaction. I've learned a lot, and I learned through all of my mistakes as well. But there is a beautiful lady called Amanda Lawrence. If you don't follow her, I highly recommend you follow her. And she had a mentioning, and this really struck a chord with me about it's not what is happening in our lives, it is our reaction to it. And that is the one thing we have always a conscious choice over. We might be reacting unconsciously, but once we bring it into our awareness, I have a choice here of how I am reacting to this person. So when we can see that this person is a trigger for an unhealed aspect of us, then this person no longer becomes the issue. What becomes the issue is this part of me that is feeling unloved. I can hold this in loving light and I can allow this to move through the heart to be dissolved. So we cry it out, we roar it out, we express it out of us. When this is dissolved eventually through us, all those other people won't have the same effect because we don't have the trigger in us. That's what I mean shown around us. So the card reads, working too hard or too many hours, the need for balance, let others help you and help problems due to stress. Majority of my clients are women and that is changing slowly, which is great to have men come on board as well and be waking up and receiving their own guidance. Because when I work one-to-one, I'm bringing through your soul's guidance. So your soul family, your higher self. Um, However, as you know, being a woman, being a busy mom, this is my perspective on things. We can tend to sometimes not allow other people to help us. We can tend to say, I can do it all myself. I don't need somebody to help me. Or if I ask for help, they won't do it the right way, they'll do it the wrong way. This is a self survival instinct. It's not a sense of independence. So, what I see sometimes is when we are stepping out of programming or something, that has been unbalanced for quite some time, I see like, I must get one here in the office, the old, actually, this is swinging here. It's like a pendulum swinging. So we have the pendulum and it's swinging to the left. So when it's swinging to the left, it's out of balance. So it's down into the lower dimensional field of slow, dense energy, low vibration, heavy emotions, all those uncomfortable feelings that we don't want to have. So, for example, we've been maybe, we feel like we haven't got the support. We feel like we're doing everything ourselves. We feel like that nobody is supporting us. We're doing all the running, the racing, the looking after children, the jobs, paying the mortgage, the whole lot. We're taking all those burdens upon us. So the pendulum is swinging down to this side. Then what can happen is when we are stepping out of that, when we are trying to shift and change that, we recognize we're coming into our awareness. Okay, this is how my behavior is. I'm not going to behave this way anymore. So what happens is the pendulum we let go. The pendulum will not come back into balance at the start. It will go naturally and swing to the opposite side. So the opposite side then is the complete opposite of this. Okay, so I'm not doing anything for anybody anymore. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to be completely selfish and say, no, I'm not looking after this, and this. So we go from feeling like we have the burden of doing everything to letting it go and saying, fuck you, I'm not doing it anymore. And it goes to the other side. So then we get completely frustrated. We're not um, doing any of the work, but we're also not allowing people in to support us. So this is like a survival instinct. Um, if we can't do it ourselves, if we can't do it with somebody else, I'm trying to say this. If we don't have the support, then we feel like we need to do it all ourselves. That's what I think I'm feeling around this. So the pendulum is going to swing back into the center. So if we have been in kind of self survival, I need to do it all myself. And then we've just released and let go. We're going to say, okay, you do it. I'm not going to do anything anymore. I'm going to let the washing build up. I'm going to let everything build up. But that's not balance either. So you're gone from, the opposite pendulum is swung over to the other side. For a perfect balance for everything in life, it is if the pendulum is at the center. Am I getting the support? Am I giving? And also, am I receiving? I need to have that yin and that yang and that perfect balance. That is what's important right now. That self survival that we can have it within us um, can be masked as independence. I'm an independent woman. I don't need anybody. I don't need any support. I can do it all myself. No, that's not independence. Being independent is having that pendulum at the center and having that balance. If I need support, I'm confident enough within myself to ask for that support. And I love myself enough to open myself up and receive that support. Not that I'm closing the door and saying, no, I don't need anybody's help anymore. I'm doing it all on my own. If I do allow people in, they're only going to disappoint me. That's not independence. That's the pendulum swinging to the opposite side. There's no balance here. We need to be centered. I am giving. However, I'm not going to give so much that I'm carrying all the burden. I'm going to allow and bring into my awareness that, okay, I am becoming stressed right now. I have got too much going on right now. I need support and help. That is about stepping into your power, stepping into your authenticity. And also, a huge part of healing is owning and allowing yourself to be seen as being vulnerable. Vulnerability is part of a natural human emotion within us and a feeling within us. Allowing ourselves to show heavier emotions, allowing ourselves to express our tears and our fears with people that we love as and when they arise. It takes huge amount of courage to step in and be seen in a vulnerable place. This has took me a long, long while to become a master at for myself. Anytime I was upset or felt stressed or anxious, I would step away and try and hide, or literally, since a child, cover my face if I'm crying because I don't want anybody to see me crying. Now I've allowed myself to, with people that I love, see me vulnerable, hear me cry if I'm crying. It's a natural emotion to cry. Hear me curse and vent and tell, fuck's sake or whatever you need to do. That's a natural emotion as well. If I'm feeling afraid or anxious or overwhelmed, allowing myself to express that. It is a natural emotion, allowing it to move through me, not shying away from it, not being afraid of it, but also allowing it to be expressed and being seen. This is true independence, not censoring and trying to control which side of the pendulum I'm swinging. okay? The center point, back into the center, into the heart. I'm allowing myself to voice. I'm not allowing myself to become a walkover. I'm not allowing myself to have a barrier around me either. You know, when I read people's energy fields, I always say it's very important to have a healthy boundary. And this healthy boundary I can read in the energy field. However, this boundary, you want to be transparent like a bubble. So you're choosing who you're letting in, which is also transparent. So there's a movement here, like a plasma movement. Sometimes I see in people this bubble, this transparent bubble becomes like a wall. So it's like a border. The boundary is like shut off. It's nearly like they're in a shell. So they're in their own world. People are bouncing off it. They're not letting them in. They're not allowing the support. And this is not buoyance. It's not, you know, movement. It'll crack at some stage. It'll break. So this is what I'm being shown. Allow yourself to be seen, to be vulnerable, to voice. It takes more courage to step in and voice your truth than it does to say, no, I'm fine. And remembering that is not independent. Okay, that's a survival instinct. And yes, if we are in survival instinct for many times, of course, it's been there for a reason. However, when we are in a survival mode, it's something that we are doing to get out of a situation. We don't need to stay in that survival mode, because when we're staying in that survival mode, everything is on high alert. Our nervous system is on high alert. We're in fight and flight, where cortisol levels is pumping through our body. We're jumpy, we're anxious, our mind is racing. The vagus nerve, the vagus system in the body is completely overwhelmed. So we don't need to stay in that. We need to move ourselves back into balance through that. Okay, so that needs to be said. Also, passionate, confident, charismatic, restless, events requiring immediate action, and trust your instincts. Okay, so this is the horse taking off. So this is kind of reiterating what I'm saying. So this is very important today for somebody, or maybe many of us on many levels, to listen. So I'm getting the horse bolting out of the stables. So you're jumping on the horseback and you're gone. So this can happen when we are being challenged. So when we're being challenged from within our bodies, somebody is triggering us from within. We're having a reaction. We may be feeling overwhelmed, and our main reaction may be want to bolt, to get out of there, to get out of that situation. However, yes, if we're in physical danger, of course, we need to remove ourselves from a situation. But what is it we're actually running from? Okay, so there's a lot of deep layers coming through here. So bear with me. So what is it we're running from? Remember, unless we're in physical danger and somebody is, you know, being very abusive to us, or, you know, going to commit violence or anything towards us, yes, of course, we get ourselves out of that situation. However, if somebody is triggering us and we want to get and run, what is happening within our body? Because the likelihood is it's not that person we're running from. Yes, they are triggering something very deep within us that we're having such an overwhelming reaction, but it's not that person we're running from. Okay, so we're running away physically. What we're actually running from and trying to run from is this powerful, um, possibly overwhelming emotions that's coming up like a volcano within us that we're trying to escape. So instead of bolting out the door and running, we need to do and try and train ourselves to do the opposite, which can be very uncomfortable at the start, but it's where true healing happens. We sit with it. We sit and we breathe, breathing first, bringing us into the present moment. Hand on the heart, okay? Moving and breathing into this, okay? So what's happening? Moving from out of the head then, because the head and the thoughts and the mental body will be in a loop, in a reaction, in its own stuff playing out, and we breathe into the body. What am I feeling right now? Where am I feeling it? Okay, and then moving in, is it fear? Is it anxiety? Is it a sick tummy? Sometimes we don't have the words to put on it, but we have the energy, the feeling in the body. Putting your hands on it, closing your eyes, Am I angry? I see you. You're talking to this part of you in your body. This is a trauma that's trapped in there. We might not have the whole initial memory of it. We don't need, if we can feel into what we're feeling, that is enough. We're feeling into the emotional body. It's storing it there. It wants to be seen, to be held. I see you. Thank you for showing me this emotion. Even though we may want to run from it, even though we want to say, fuck off, I'm not feeling this. I'm willing to feel this emotion. Thank you for showing this to me. And then we move a little bit deeper with the breath and we say, I am so sorry to that part of me. I'm so sorry. I have not acknowledged you or felt you before now. And please forgive me for that. And then say, I see you. I see this pain in me. I see this anger in me. I see this sadness. I see this fear. I see this unloved part of me because that is, in a nutshell, what is happening here. This is a part of you that's being triggered, that is not being loved, that is not being seen, that is not being told, I love you. You are beautiful. You are worthy. That's what you're moving into. And when that begins to happen, when you begin to recognize that this is an unloved part of you, just breathing into your heart and allowing and asking this emotion to move through the heart. Because when it does, the tears will come, the sadness will come, the release will come. And this is how it dissolves through the power of the heart, not running out the door, not leaving a relationship and then to only go and find another person that's going to repeat the exact same lessons that you didn't learn with the other one. And then that will go on and on and on because that's what history repeats itself. That's how patterns occur because you're drawing that person into your field because they are becoming your teacher. They are teaching you to trigger that unhealed part of you. And if we keep running, we're going to keep pulling the same person in. Instead, I'm going to feel what's happening in here. I'm going to really feel and tell this part of me, I love you. Also very important as well to note, this is very deep today. So it wasn't my initial intention to go this deep today. However, this is what's coming up, so I have to bring it through. Sometimes too, when we are young, between the ages of, before birth, I think, a lot of things can happen in the womb and through the birth as well. We can have traumatic birth experiences that stay with us until the age of 7. Those are very much primary developmental stages of our lives that we are like sponges, and that can really affect the rest of our lives, how we're playing things out. So bringing into our awareness all of this and allowing ourselves to be gentle, loving, and kind with ourselves. Eso rotokutani siwa. Eso anatewa. Just breathing. Eko no soto atewa. Huanate su huana yoro no sutewa. Eso no tokute rono tose. Aye sewa. Okonotoa aiseoa. Okonate se oanatai oanatai oanatai. Hands on the heart, breathing in. So inner child work may come up as well. So from the ages of birth to 7 years of age, a lot of stuff may be stored within the body here. Reactions, how our parents were, how we were taught to think and feel. And a lot of us don't have a lot of vivid memories of that, but we have the emotions within it. So as we are clearing and healing, we always allow ourselves, it's best to allow the emotion to come through rather than the thoughts or the memories because they can be distorted as well. They may not be the truth. So allowing yourself just to feel, what is it I'm feeling in my body? Where am I feeling it? And I see you. I really feel that the emotional body is a main trigger for every other system in the body. So I know there is the old saying, I think, therefore I am. However, behind that, if there is an oversaturated unexpressed emotional body, it is going to trigger and throw off everything, our thought processes and our physical body. So that's why I always feel the emotional body, to feel our way through things, is to truly heal our way through things as well. E Okay, so now moving forward, a new start. So this is to do with September, stepping into doorways and out of doorways, new opportunities appearing for us, allowing yourself to be open to receive new opportunities, allowing ourselves to step out of our comfort zone and allow ourselves to discover and play and go on new adventures. Also, Archangel Raphael is in this card also. So in doing so, we may be stepping out of our comfort zone. We're breaking in routine. We're breaking in mental thought routines. We're breaking out of physical routines and trying something new. Also, there is a lot of healing coming up right now through the mental and the physical body. Call upon Archangel Raphael to support you through this. Spending time in nature, spending time with our pets and our animals is also another method to be deeply grounding and loving and nurturing to ourselves through this time. However, do not let fears, do not let anxieties hold you back. There is so many beautiful doorways of opportunity opening up for you right now. Allow yourself to step through them. Stop procrastinating and make a choice. Okay, so this is kind of reiterating again. There are all your cups. These are all your different choices that you may have, and all of them will be filled when you have the courage to step out of your comfort zone, when you have the courage to speak and voice your truth, when you have the courage to be seen as your vulnerable, natural, authentic self, not how you think other people should see you, but being you. And regardless of what their judgments are, you're comfortable within your own skin. And remembering to have some fun as well. So September is going to be a time for you to try new things, allow this beautiful expression to come through you, allow yourself to explore some creative new aspects, some fun aspects of you, and also allowing those emotions to come up through you, not run from them and bolt like the horse out of the stable, but sit with them and allow yourself to open your heart. Have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed September, everybody. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. I will pop below my email address if you'd like to book a private one-to-one soul reading or intuitive healing. Please let me know. I am doing private sessions in person and also sessions through Zoom. Many, many blessings.